All right, guys, here we go. Going to take a quick look at the daily chart of Bitcoin, and I'm going to have a little vent here. Some of my pet peeves, and one of them is these big influencers, chart guys, TA guys, traders, whatever you want to call them, not doing their homework on Bitcoin. Okay, they jumped in, very recently on the Bitcoin crypto run, and they have no clue, no idea about Bitcoin. The math behind it, much less the science, anything else. And they're the ones that called for which, if you look at the history of trading, through the beginning of time, $10,000 Bitcoin was the worst call ever made. Okay. And these guys can't come out and be honest and go, okay, hey, I messed up. Bitcoin's not going to go to $10,000 or below. And they're doubling down a couple of them. But anyway, if they knew the math behind it, they would know that each halving, the date of that halving, the next one, for example, the next one that we're going to have is going to be in 2024. And you take that date and you go back 470 days, and then that's when Bitcoin starts bottoming. Okay. And let me just do this real quick. Here's a monthly here. And really, this is for our Patreon members. But yeah, you do that. And technically, the bottom was being put in November of 2022. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, go there if you think I'm crazy, and you'll see a jillion timestamps don't lie, calling the price before it happens. And of course, we post our losses too. We screw up too. Not everybody's 100%. Okay. Some of those guys are 100%, but I'm not. Okay. But anyway, here we go. And also, well, this is a monthly chart again. And then if you look, each time that we put in 3 months in a row, okay, three green candles in a row, okay, here's two, it's not in a row, 1, 2, 3, then we have acceleration to the upside. Okay, that's number one. Number two, according to classical technical analysis, and if you've been in this game, for any length of time, and no more than a bull flag, bear flag, ascending, descending triangle, then you will have figured out on any timeline that when you have a candle group or one candle or a group of candles that take out the previous 5 to 6 candles, that is a trend change. Okay. And even right here, this one, the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have the second, the third one, see right here, 5, 6. I mean, we've completely taken out so far this whole area right here, if you think about it, okay? So we're an official trend change. Let me go back to the daily. Are we going straight up? Are we done? No, okay? And the reason being, and now they're going in and saying, man, we're gonna have a big pullback. Well, yeah, if you've been trading stocks, crypto, whatever for more than 3 months, you know to look left to find, the next answer or issue or problem regarding price action to the upside. And you can even see right here a little bit of sell off, a little bit of sell off, a little bit of sell off. And actually, we do need to pull back. We've had this whole big run up. Yeah, we had a little bit of consolidation here, which is nice. Kind of slow the price action down. That was needed, and that really is what helped push us up to this level. Okay, so yeah, we need nice little pullback, maybe even as low as here and go. 1, 2, 3 like that. And then if you look left, like I was telling you, see, surprise, surprise, you have all this um, sideways consolidation. Now, a trick with that, when you see things consolidating sideways over an extended period of time, the longer, the wider that rectangle is, the stronger, the harder, the faster you're going to crash to the downside, or you're going to run to the upside, because that is strictly either accumulation or distribution. Okay, they're slowly selling, 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 so they don't get like right, right here or right here, big red candles to the downside, so they can sell within a certain price range. Or if they're going to blow it up to the upside, they're accumulating slowly, slowly, slowly until their portfolio is filled because they don't want any big green candles so they lose their, honey hole of price action down there. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to pull back. Now, um, as we see here, these are significant measure moves, price areas, and we're extended over the 20. One or the other, there's a number of absolutes, 100% guarantees in charting and marketing. And well, marketing is the stock market, crypto market, any market. Okay, there's a few absolutes, 100% that always happens. Okay, and one of them being is that price always comes back into the 20. Okay, now the only way uh, the only way that there's two ways that happens. Number one, we trade sideways, let the or any asset, Apple, Google, whatever, silver, gold. They either trade sideways, let the 20 catch up, or they trade sideways and down and let the 20 catch up. Okay, so if I were not in Bitcoin already, I'd wait until we came down into the 20. And yeah, it's high odds, high probability you're going to get a rollover here. Okay. And this might just be a uh, distribution, just like this was for several days, slowly selling, 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 and then drop it, scare, people even more so out, get it a lot lower, so they can get back in, at a pretty good cost average lower. Okay, so that's kind of how the game's played. And then and finishing this up, I just want to say, yeah, that I think people that are, of course, there's no rules, regulations, or whatever. You don't need any type of certification, accreditation, or anything to get on YouTube and say whatever you want to within reason, or Twitter or whatever. But I wish these guys, some of them are actually know a little bit about what they're doing with the charts and stuff. Okay, which I commend them for that. But making all these wrong calls, they need to come out, and I think they'd have more credibility if they say, "Hey, I missed that $10,000. I didn't realize the banks were going to collapse." And who would have thought? Well, everybody kind of was thinking they were going to collapse, but we didn't know that Bitcoin was going to run better than gold, or silver, or run with them. Yeah, where are all the gold bugs out there? Where's this, $50,000 an ounce gold? Maybe it'll come, maybe it'll not. I don't know. Every time I turn around, uh, they're finding more gold out there. Number one. Number two, we don't know how much ounces of gold or whatever, bars, whatever, that each country has out there. We don't know the number. Just like even on the stock market, as rigged as it is, you kind of sort of know how many shares are outstanding, how many shares are floating out there, how many shares, the officers owns, so on and so forth. But with gold, man, that's the biggest secret in the world. And we don't know how much is still, in the ground, in the ocean. So I'm real sketchy about owning gold unless it's micro futures. I'll trade the futures all day long. We've been like killing it over here, up and down. And then same with silver, but I'll come out with a video on that and explain all that. But anyway, guys, I think I'm through venting here, and nobody cares more about your money than you do. Trade educated, profit for life. Check out our Patreon site, okay? Because we're going to tell you straight up and, teach you the ins and outs. We're going to teach you how to think like a criminal because that's what you're dealing with out here regarding, the institutions, Wall Street, okay? Because you got to play with an unfair advantage, okay? Does the U.S. military go into war with a fair advantage, or do they try to get an unfair advantage? Okay. Does Wall Street do they want to play fair playing field? Okay. Are they gonna go out and play you one on one? Your team against theirs. Very fair. Are they going to give you the same information they got? Are they going to give you the same tactics that they have? No, they're going to try to use every. And hey, I respect that. At least we know what's going on. At least we know what we're dealing with, and then we can profit from that. Okay, because if the markets were not rigged, I don't think there'd be any money to be made. To be honest with you. But okay, I'm done, and we will see you on the charts.